This is Robin Williams' first appearance on the Tonight Show.
For decades, Johnny Carson was the undisputed king of late-night television, charming millions with effortless humor and unforgettable interviews. To the world, he seemed confident, witty, and completely at ease. But behind the laughter and applause was a far more complicated man whose greatest struggles unfolded away from the spotlight. Now, years after Johnny's passing, his youngest son, Cory Carson, has shared a deeply personal look at what it was really like growing up with one of television's biggest stars. His story paints a bittersweet portrait of a father admired by millions but often emotionally distant from those who needed him most. Born in Corning, Iowa, in 1925, Johnny discovered magic as a young boy after finding a magician's kit. Performing tricks quickly became his passion, and by his teenage years he was entertaining local audiences for a few dollars a show. That early love of performing planted the seeds for a remarkable career. After serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II, Johnny attended the University of Nebraska, where he studied speech and drama while continuing to sharpen his comedic talent. His creativity and determination soon opened doors in broadcasting, beginning with local radio and television in Omaha. A fortunate recommendation eventually brought him to Los Angeles, where his sharp wit caught the attention of comedy legend Red Skelton. When Skelton was unexpectedly unable to perform before a live broadcast, Johnny stepped in without hesitation and delivered a flawless performance. That single moment changed the course of his career. His talent continued to shine on television, leading him to host the popular game show Who Do You Trust? Alongside Ed McMahon. Their chemistry became legendary, and before long NBC offered Johnny the opportunity that would define his life, hosting The Tonight Show. Although he initially feared the enormous responsibility, Johnny accepted the challenge in 1962. The decision transformed him into a television icon. His quick wit, calm personality, and effortless interviews made him America's favorite late-night host, turning The Tonight Show into a cultural phenomenon. But while Johnny's professional life reached incredible heights, the relentless demands of fame slowly created distance between him and the people waiting for him at home. The audience saw a man who could make anyone laugh, yet behind closed doors, his family experienced a very different side of the legendary entertainer. Despite becoming one of the most successful television personalities in history, Johnny Carson's personal life was filled with challenges. His 4 marriages reflected the same struggle that followed him for years, a deep commitment to his career that often left little room for his family. Friends and former partners described him as brilliant and charming in public, yet emotionally guarded behind closed doors. His greatest challenge, however, was his relationship with his 3 sons, Chris, Rick, and Cory. While Johnny entertained millions of viewers every night, his children often felt like spectators watching their father give warmth and attention to strangers instead of to them. According to Cory Carson, that emotional distance left lasting scars. One of the family's deepest tragedies came when Johnny's middle son, Rick, died in a tragic accident while pursuing his passion for photography. The loss devastated Johnny. Although he chose not to attend the public memorial to avoid media attention, those close to him said the grief stayed with him for the rest of his life. In one of the most emotional moments of his career, Johnny later dedicated part of The Tonight Show to Rick, sharing his son's photographs and speaking from the heart. It was a rare glimpse behind the carefully crafted image he had maintained for decades. For Cory, the pain was more personal. He remembered watching his father warmly interact with child guests on television while wondering why that same affection rarely existed at home. Over time, Cory realized the problem wasn't a lack of love, it was that Johnny simply didn't know how to express it outside the television studio. The skills that made him a legendary entertainer couldn't help him build the close family relationships he truly wanted. Johnny finally acknowledged that reality during his emotional farewell episode in 1992. Standing beside his surviving sons, he openly admitted that growing up with a famous father had not been easy. He expressed his love for them and quietly hoped that his extraordinary career hadn't caused them too much pain. It was a touching moment of honesty from a man who had spent a lifetime hiding his deepest emotions behind a smile. After Johnny's passing in 2005, Cory chose not to tear down his father's legacy but to tell the full story. He wanted people to understand that behind the legendary television icon was a deeply flawed human being who achieved incredible professional success while struggling with the people he loved most. Johnny Carson changed late-night television forever and inspired generations of entertainers. Yet his story also reminds us that fame and fortune cannot replace time, love, and genuine human connection. Sometimes the greatest battles are fought far from the cameras, and even the brightest stars carry burdens the audience never sees. What are your thoughts on Johnny Carson's remarkable legacy? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit the bell notification so you never miss our latest stories about Hollywood's most unforgettable legends.